I'm about to address the number one objection that I hear whenever I talk about non-monogamy, dating multiple women, and all that good stuff. And that is, but you know, if I do that, then she'll have sex with another man. I can't do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not a cuck. What a beta male move. That's a bunch of bullshit. I'm not doing that. Why would you do that? All right, let me address that in this video right now. First off, top of the list, that's not true. It's not accurate. I, as many of you know, am married. I have a non-monogamous OLTR marriage to my wife, Pink Firefly. I have sex with other women literally every week, okay? She does not have sex with any other men. And if you've looked at my past content, my past videos, I've had her on this channel. I've had her on podcasts and videos. We've discussed why she doesn't want to. She's 42 years old. When a woman is 42 years old, her ASD grows. She doesn't want to do that because she thinks it's inappropriate. Women are not like men, and that's the first answer to this. There are actually several responses to this. The first answer to this is when men say, well, if I fuck other women, then she'll fuck other guys. No, women are not like men. Women are not in constant horny horn dog mode all the time like men are. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. When they're younger, they are. When they're older, they tend to be more reserved about this kind of thing. It depends on many scenarios, so that is incorrect. So there's the first data point. I have been married for, let's see, 5 years. We've been together 8 years. She does not have sex with other men. She doesn't want to, even though she knows I'm having sex with other women. Number one. Number two, I have dated many, and we're talking about in the scores, that's multiples of 20 women as MLTRs in the past before I got married, because I've been non-monogamous for 15 years now. 50% of those women who I dated, when they knew I was having sex with other women, were not having sex with other men. 50% did not of MLTRs. Now that means that 50% were having sex with other men. I'll address that in a minute. In terms of FBs, those are like friends with benefits and things like that. The vast majority of them were indeed having sex with other men, but it was a casual relationship. I'll cover that in a minute as well. So just by you saying, well, if you have sex with other women, she'll have sex with other guys, wrong. And when you discuss this with women, they will be very clear about this. They will say, look, we don't want to hook up with other men. We just want the option like you have. And when you give them the option, more often than not, depending on certain factors I'll discuss in a minute, they won't exercise the option because they don't want to. What instead happens when you say, I'm going to have sex with other women, but you can't, bitch, guess what happens? She will cheat. And that is the next data point here. I have never seen in my entire life of being in this world for 15 years, discussing this with thousands of people all over the world, I have never seen the model of, I can sleep with other women, but you can't sleep with other guys. I have never seen that work in the Western world. I'm not talking about Africa or the Middle East or the Muslim world. I'm not talking about those places. The Western world, I've never seen that last longer than 9 months. Ever. Not once. Within 9 months, she either breaks up with the guy or she sneaks behind his back and fucks someone else to make it more fair. The only time I've seen it work is when money was involved. So let me throw that proviso in there. If there's a lot of money involved, if these women are somehow making thousands of dollars by being monogamous to you because you're paying them or helping them out in their careers like Andrew Tate style, then yes, it could work past 9 months. But if you don't want to pay the women you're dating, why would you want to do that? Then this is not an option for you. You're going to either have to be monogamous or follow my model where you have sex with other women, they know you're having sex, and they have the option, if they want, to hook up with other men. And if that just drives you insane, listen to the rest of this video. So here are the three main factors of this in terms of, well, she'll have sex with other guys too. Factor number one, if it is a casual relationship, you shouldn't care. Now, if it's your serious girlfriend or your wife, then I get it. Of course you would care if she hooked up with another guy. I understand that completely. But if she's just some chick that you're seeing, a friends with benefits, an FB, a fuck buddy, and especially if she's one of several women that you're seeing, why do you care if she's hooking up with another guy? Why would you be seeing 2 or 3 different FBs and then you find out one fucks another guy and then you get all mad and jealous? That's fucking dumb, bro. Why are you doing this? You shouldn't give a rat fuck what she's doing with her time when it's not serious and you have plenty of other women. You're just being silly. So that's item number one. If she hooks up with other men and it's casual, you shouldn't give a shit. And if you do, in my strong opinion, you've got something to work on upstairs. If you have a friend with benefits and that's all she is to you, and then she hooks up with another guy and you just go enraged with jealousy and now you're all pissed off because she's not being loyal, you've got something to work on. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and work on yourself because, my God, you have problems. You'll never be happy that way. Item number 2, if she is very young, yes, she will hook up with other men, but that shouldn't matter. Let me explain that. If she is young, if she's under the age of 24 and she's in any sort of non-monogamous relationship with you, FB, MLTR, OLTR, really doesn't matter, the odds are very high that she's going to be fucking other guys because that's what younger women do, especially when they're good looking, and double especially when they're good looking and extroverted. That is part of the model, and as I've discussed many times in my blogs and past videos and past podcasts, younger women under the age of 24 aren't monogamous anyway. If you get into a serious monogamous relationship with a woman under the age of 24, the odds are overwhelming she's going to cheat on you. Do you have any idea the number of women I have had sex with over the past 15 years who were between the ages of 18 and 23 who had boyfriends while I was having sex with them? The number is astronomical. Matter of fact, it is probably the majority of the women I've had sex with in that age range. It's absolutely insane. Women under the age of 24 in the modern era are virtually incapable of sexual monogamy anyway. So if you get into a monogamous relationship with someone that young, which is fucking stupid for this reason, she'll cheat on you anyway. Men seem to think that if they just get a woman to promise monogamy, oh good, now she won't cheat now. It's the dumbest thing on earth. If she's hot and 19 years old and extroverted, dude, she's gonna fuck another guy. I'm sorry to break this to you, that is the case. Now, I know there's exceptions to every rule, and every time I say this, I get some young girl who says, fuck you, Caleb. I've been with my boyfriend for 2 years, I've never cheated. The exception proves the rule. If she's under the age of 24 and hot, especially if she's extroverted, she's gonna hook up with other men. So you combine that with item number 1. Should you get really serious with a 19-year-old girl? No. And this is a little beyond the scope of this video, but I've discussed this in my past content. You should not get long-term super serious with a woman under the age of 24. And one of the many reasons is she's gonna hook up with other guys. The bigger reason is that she's gonna break up with you because you're dating someone who doesn't have a fully formed brain yet. You're not dating the woman she will end up becoming. And when she becomes that woman, she's gonna want different things. And the first thing she's gonna dump to the curb is you. So yes, if she's very young, she will hook up other guys, but that shouldn't matter because you shouldn't be serious with women who are 19-year-olds. By the way, I do several videos a week here on how to date multiple women at the same time without lying to anyone or cheating, plus having location-dependent income and living a free life as a man. And if you have any interest in this content, you should subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell, leave a comment on this video, leave a like on this video, and that way you get all this content for free. Item number 3, older women, and when I say older women, I'm talking about women over the age of about 33 to 35, generally will not have sex with other men. And that's the point if you want something serious and long term. So let me explain something that most men who use this excuse aren't remembering. If you want to settle down with a woman long term, and let's say she's 25, is she gonna be 25 for the rest of your life? No. Someday she's gonna be 30, then 35, then 40, then 45, then 50. She's gonna get old, and ideally, if you wanna settle down with her in a lifetime marriage or arrangement of some kind, she's gonna spend most of her time as an older woman, not as a younger woman. Which means when she becomes an older woman, she won't want to fuck other guys anymore. Right? Right. So if you're talking about, I would never let my wife hook up with another man, I ain't no cuck. Once your wife is over the age of 30-ish, 32, 35, every woman's different, she won't want to. So don't fucking worry about it. And that doesn't mean that if she's under the age of 35, she automatically will. Let me say this again. 50% of the women I had in MLTR relationships, that's women I was dating but not as full girlfriends, but I was dating them, they weren't fuck buddies, there was real feelings there, okay? Most of those women were under the age of 33. Okay, some of them are over 33, most of them are under 33, and they still weren't hooking up with other men. So it's not like you're gonna have to put up with her having sex with other men until she hits 35 and then she won't. that may not be the case. Now, when I chose to get married several years ago as an OLTR non-monogamous marriage, I purposely went out of my way when I was in my mid to late 40s to marry a woman in her mid 30s. Now, why did I do that? I could have married a 19-year-old. I had many opportunities to do exactly that. Matter of fact, I averaged for many years multiple marriage proposals from women as young as 18 and 19 years old. I could have done that, but I didn't want to do that. Why did I choose, when I could have married a much younger woman, why did I choose to marry a woman in her mid-30s? Because I wanted to settle down with a woman who I knew was already fully into what she was going to become. I didn't want her to go through all these changes when women go through when they're 25, changes when they hit 33 and ASD spikes. I didn't want to go through all that bullshit. I wanted a woman who was fully formed. Number one. Number two, I did not want to have to manage the aspect of her having sex with a bunch of men. Because I have been, full disclosure, I've been in MLTRs in the past with women who were having sex with other guys, and I had to help these women manage that part of their lives. And today, I am too busy running companies and traveling the world. I don't have time for that bullshit. So I didn't want to have to manage that part of my relationship. It's not because I was super jealous. I don't give a fuck. But I didn't want to manage that aspect. And so there you go. Today I'm married to Pink Firefly. She's in her early 40s. She does not fuck other guys. She has no desire to. Matter of fact, we've discussed this. Have you ever thought about that? Nope, no thank you. No, that is inappropriate and I'm not gonna do that because I'm married. All this ASD stuff. This is the one time ASD actually helps you, is it prevents the older women from having sex with other men. The last aspect of this is the more important one, although I'm not going to go into detail about this in this video, because if you are making the excuse, but she might fuck other guys, then you're not mentally there yet. So maybe I'll follow up on this topic with a second video, but that is a topic of you shouldn't even care. You should not care. So if my wife had condomed sex with some dumbass beta male, do you think I would give a fuck? No, I am way too busy building my empire, traveling the world, having sex with other women who are super hot, and living a great life. Why would I want to put all of that on hold to make sure my wife doesn't have meaningless condom sex with some random guy who is not going to compete with me in any way whatsoever? I just don't care, and I've never cared, and I don't think you should care. It goes back to the concept of outcome independence. But if you're all worked up about, but that's wrong, and she's cheating, and loyalty, and respect, and authority, and all these alpha male 1.0 concepts, you're just not mentally there yet. I completely understand. Instead, I focused on the other more technical, factual aspects in this video so you can understand that it's actually not as big of a concern as you think it is. And I'm going to end with this. What is your other option? Your only other option is to get monogamous and cheat and hope you don't get caught. And that is also not happiness, and as sure as hell isn't freedom, because the thing where you can hook up with other women but they can't is not going to work. I strongly recommend that you watch this video right here, and I'll see you in that video. Bye.